Just thought I'd mention, at the moment I'm sort of serialising, reading in parts this book, and I've just started from pretty much page one really. I say reading, I'm rereading, this is about the third time. I bought this in 1986. It is falling apart. It's, don't know if you can see, it's covered in sellotape. It's sellotaped together inside because it's not a brilliantly made book. It's one of those where you peel it open and the pages just pop apart, which is a great shame and a bit of an insult to the writer. The writer is J.F.C. Fuller. The book is The Decisive Battles of the Western World, 480 BC to 1757. Note, it is the Western World, and it's volume 1. And already in the first few pages, just in this section here, there are some really profound statements being made already. I quite like the incidental lighting that's happening at the moment. It's some very yellow bulbed lamps, and it gives a slightly sepia quality to everything, but the book's so old and the paper's so poor, everything is a bit brown anyway. But it has a nice feeling when you're reading the book. Bit old and ancient qualities about the whole experience like this. Yes, I'm going to read just a couple of little sections, probably just from the first 2 or 3 pages, which seem very relevant even today. This book was started before the Second World War, and then during the Second World War every copy of it was destroyed in the Blitz, and so the author says he did something more than a rewrite because he didn't like it once he'd done it. So this is the upgraded version. So I'll just point out a couple of little sections. There has never been a period in human history altogether free from war, and seldom one of more than a generation which has not witnessed a major conflict. Great wars flow and ebb almost as regularly as the tides. This becomes more noticeable when a civilization ages and begins to decay, and seemingly this is happening to our worldwide industrial civilization. Whereas but a generation or two back war was accepted as an instrument of policy, it has now become policy itself. Today we live in a state of wardom, a condition in which war dominates all other human activities. How long this tension will last, whether there is a definite answer to it, or whether it is destined blindly to work out its own end, no man can yet say. And remember, he's writing that in 1953. He goes on to talk about how one empire follows another. And he says, and in the third empire, that is still to appear, that it will run true to precedent and assume the form of yet another imperialism would seem probable. And because today the only 2 great war powers left in the world are the United States and Russia, interesting that he leaves out China, should in the end conflicts of tomorrow, one or the other, gain supremacy, then the next empire is likely to be global. Kant suggests this in his treatise on perpetual peace. Wars, according to him, tend in the long run to unite the human race because grouping lessens their incidence. It would appear that, though nature's goal is concord, her driving force is discord. Thus the tribe, by striving to remain a tribe through intertribal warfare, becomes a multi-tribal community or people. Similarly, a people striving to remain a closed community through intercommunity wars becomes a nation, and a nation striving to remain a nation through international wars grows into an empire. So it comes about that the unit, at any particular time, through striving to remain single, inevitably is duplicated through absorption until ultimately the biological and economic frontiers of the globe are reached. Organised warfare would seem to have been unknown before the advent of civilization. I find this all really telling right now, given the particular circumstances we are in at the very end of 2023. I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you for watching.